The W, the O, the R, the K. The W, the O, the R, the K. Look yourself in the face. Look yourself in the mirror. Ask yourself, are you giving 120% every day? Every play? Give me 120 or don't give me nothing at all. The guy you competing against, you haven't outworked him. You've not outworked the person next to you. You've not out-hustled them. You've not out-grind them. You've not outdone them. You're not locked in. Bring all your passion. Bring heart. Every single game, every single play. Put forth 120% or don't ask nobody to do nothing to you. The W, the O, the R, the K. The W, the O.
Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, everybody. How are you? How are you? How are you? Hope everybody is doing well this morning. This morning, we are back at it. Seiko, we are about to do 120 like always, man. Glad you guys are here this morning. Let's go ahead and see who's up and at it with us early this morning. We got Dr. Rob. Good morning, brother. Good morning. Seiko, we are up. We are grinding, man. But yeah, so it's gonna be a great day, man. Seiko, we're giving that 120. You know that. Doc said, "What's up?" 129. Seiko giving 129 today. Lena, good morning. Good morning. I hope you had a great night last night. Great night last night. You know, it was probably real good for you. Lena out there posting pictures. Her and Ray are Twitter official. Happy for them. Happy to see what they got going on out there. You know, I'll let Lena and Ray tell their own story, but I know it was probably a good night last night. Whole bunch, you see her smiling. She's smiling. She over there cheesing. So great night last night. So so what is going on this morning, guys? What is up? This market is pumping in the crypto market, guys. It is pumping. I ate well. I bet you did eat well. I bet you did. Hopefully Ray ate well too. So we got a great not a great crypto market, not so much a great stock market, guys. Looking at the stock market, it's not doing too well this morning. Let's go ahead and see how the Asian market finished up last night. Again, it didn't finish well last night in the Asian market. The European market got up this morning a little bit earlier than we did. They're not doing too well either. And then our market right here is in the crapper. So stock market not doing too well. You know, it's 3 days of down stocks in the stock market, but coming over here, crypto market's pumping. Crypto market is pumping. You're sitting at about let's see here, sitting at about a 1 trillion, about a $100 billion market cap, which is huge increase from where we were at. So too much information, Lena. Yeah, I was thinking the same thing, but you know, we're gonna let Lena and Ray do their thing. But this market, guys, it's up there. It's 1 trillion 160 something billion dollar market cap. 1 trillion 180 billion dollar market cap. My bad. So this market is pumping. It's got about $100 billion more in it than where we were at, man. Selmo, good morning, brother. How are you? So we increased this market cap by about $100 billion, guys, since last couple days. That's a huge amount of money coming into this market. It's a huge amount of new money coming into the market, right? Because whenever you increase your market cap, you have new money coming in, right? That's the important piece of why we always look at this market cap every day, because I don't care how much money is circulating around this market, and just keep circulating in and out of tokens. I don't care about that. What I care about is how much new money's coming into this market. And we got about $100 billion coming in brand new into this market over the last couple days. And that's why you see this big, huge market pump. We always talk about people buying on top of each other. And this is what that market cap does. New people coming in, they got to buy, right? So if you're already in, they're buying on top of you. So that's what you want to see. That's where you want to go. You look at Bitcoin, it's back over that 30,000 mark, starting to come down a little bit, but you have to expect the fact that this is going to come down a little bit. It's going to, because it went on a big run. So now it's got to this whole market's got to kind of consolidate a little bit to figure out where its next move up is. Ethereum was sitting at 1,900. It just dropped under 1,900 this morning. But again, we got to have that consolidation. It can't just be a straight run up, because you get a big dump down when that happens. So we had a big run up. So, expect some consolidation at some point. And I think we may start to see that a little bit today, a little bit of consolidation going on, which is actually good. It's healthy, right? BNB's up to that $251 mark. So, that's way up as well. XRP back to that 50 cent mark. We always say that 50 cent mark for XRP is a key level. That's a key support level for XRP. The longer we can stay there, I think we'll run from there. But we got to stay at this 50 cent level in order to hold that. I think we'll consolidate there for a little while between 48 and 50 cents. So that's a great thing. You guys know I don't own any Solana, but we watch Solana. This thing was down to $15 when the SEC came out and did its thing. Actually dipped down to 14, up to 17, 26 right now. So if you bought that dip, you're actually doing okay. The same with Polygon. I bought this dip right around low 50 cent range. It's up to 60, 68 cents right now. So, if you bought this dip, even on the short term, you're up 15% on a 7-day dip. A 15% return on your money is not too bad. Shiba Inu, again, consolidating here, but if you look at it, it's up 24.8% over the 7-day. So if you bought this dip 7 days ago, you're not, like I said, you're not doing too bad. This market is pumping. But expect some sideways action, guys. Let's expect some sideways action out of this thing. But the key right here, this is the key. This is what we always have to watch, is this market cap. Because as long as that new money's coming in, the market will continue to go up. So once you see this new money start to come out of here, then you're in for a little bit of a downward swing. So go ahead and look at the bubbles. You see Pepe sitting at 37.1% increase on the 24-hour. We said before, there's certain meme coins that came out during meme coin season that will probably survive this downturn, the small downturn that we were in. And there's certain meme coins that'll die, right? Pepe looks like it's one that may survive this downturn. It may be around here for a little while. So, keep that, that's just my opinion. Keep that one in mind as you move forward. But there's certain ones that will dry up and no longer be around. And there's certain ones that'll stay around. I mean, you look at Shib and Doge during the last bull, they were here. They pumped, they stayed, they caught on, and they stayed. There will be a couple more here in this meme season that'll stay as well, and then everybody else will just kind of dry up and die out. But look what we got going on. You go back to the hour, right? And if you look at the hourly, everything's in red, and everybody will look at this and say that this is terrible and this is bad. I look at this as just a consolidation. Why y'all minding the gutter? Why you all minding the gutter, Lena? Because we live in the gutter. Still too much information, Lena. Yeah, we live in the gutter, Lena. Our minds are always in the gutter. But I bet you were. Yeah, you were talking about the seafood, all right. But yeah, so you see the hourly, right? This isn't looking so hot, right? But this is just that consolidation phase that everybody goes through during the pump, and it's not. This isn't a bad thing, You can see this thing possibly turn around here within the next couple hours, and we could be looking at something a little bit more than this, a little bit like this. Rather than this in the next couple hours. You just have to let the market consolidate and settle in, and let all this new money kind of figure itself out, right? Where's it going? Figure itself out, let more people FOMO in on top of the new money that's already there. And that's just kind of how this thing works, right? That's what happens. So when you look at it, this is natural. Don't let this scare you off. But at the same time, watch your profits, right? So if you're in profits in some of these, me and Doc were talking about this yesterday a little bit, and I was telling them, kind of some of the strategies that I had, and some of the money where I'm at. Like, I see the pump, and I'm gonna ride that pump, but if I start to see a dip in some of my short-term bags, I will go ahead and sell off some of my short-term bags, just because, you don't know how far this thing's going to dip, if it dips, but I will ride the consolidation phase out, right? I'll see if this thing consolidates before I do that, because you don't want to miss the next run up. You don't have to hit the bottom of any market, and you don't have to hit the top of every market in order to make some money. So, Big Watch dudes in the house. What is up? What is up, Big Watch? Yes, the DGs are in the house. How are you this morning, Big Watch? Hope you're good. Hope you're good, man. So, that's my game plan. I have some Ethereum that I'm riding up pretty high right now, and I have some Bitcoin that I'm riding up pretty high right now. And I'll ride it through this consolidation phase. I have some short-term Matic that I bought that's performing pretty well right now. And we'll ride that up. And I have a couple short-term bags of XRP that I was just looking to quick flip when it was way down. We'll ride that up, see where it goes. And then I'll make some decisions on, if I want to sell that off or just wait for the next pump. But this is the advantage of having them short-term bags too, because during these little pumps like this, you're able to make some decisions on how much profit you actually want to take. So good morning, Lena. Good morning, Lena. Congratulations. Yeah, Big Watch. Lena out there doing her thing, man. She out there at seafood restaurants, having good desserts, all that stuff, I had to give Lena my blessing, or she couldn't move forward. Lena, you got our blessing. You good. Keep doing that thing out there. Keep doing your thing. You and Ray. So yeah, don't let this red scare you. I mean, when you look at this right here on a 24-hour, if you see like something like Pepe up 37.7%, it's got to consolidate, right? It's got to consolidate at some point. And today, the market's been pumping for a couple of days, so today's going to be maybe that consolidation day. So I think that's what's happening right now. I had some BTC on Black Wall Street. I seen that, Selmo. What happened with that, man? Like, did they just obviously they're just folding up their tent with their BTC sales? So what's up with that, man? Like, did they so you have to move your BTC off of Black Wall Street because they're just not selling BTC out of that exchange anymore? What's up? I seen your post. That's crazy. Like, why get out now? Chaka Crypto is in the house. What is up, brother? What is up? What is going on? Glad you're in the house. Timsky is in the house. Got all the DGs in the house today, baby. We are rolling. So yeah, don't let this stuff scare you guys. This to me is just that consolidation, and you got to ride that out, right? You got to ride this consolidation out. This market has been pumping for days, so we have to ride this out, man. Yeah, Selmo, man, I can't believe Black Wall Street did that. So let's get into a little bit of this news that we got going on today. So why is this market pumping the way that it is, and why does it continue to pump, right? So right here, BlackRock's pivot continues as Bitcoin rises on the increased volume, right? So what this article is talking about here is that actually, Bitcoin is still moving forward with this ETF, even though the Bitcoin price has skyrocketed. Well, that makes sense because they came in and they bought up a bunch of Bitcoin for this ETF, right? So they were buying Bitcoin when it was in its 20s for this ETF, and they're pushing the market up, right? These ETFs are what's pushing Bitcoin up. They're what's pushing the market up. It's what's bringing trader confidence into the market. So this makes sense that they're continuing to push forward, and Fidelity's continuing to push forward, and every other bank that has applied for a Bitcoin ETF is continuing to push forward. So when you look at these things, they have to buy these Bitcoins in order to put them into these ETFs, right? So they're out here buying, and they're not buying at 30-something thousand. They've already started to buy. So they've already bought all their stuff. So Brian, how are you? Good morning, man. I'm glad you're here. Good morning, brother. What's up? What's up, DGs? What a SHIB pump. Yeah. Last night, we're just looking at that SHIB's up really good. I mean, if you bought that dip, you were running pretty good. Brian, what's up? Big wise dude. Timsky. I'm driving to work. All right, Timsky, be safe out there, man. I'm glad you're listening to us, though. Be safe out there. I'm glad you're listening, man. Have a great day at work, man. Make that money. That's how we get paid, man. So Chaka, Brian. Yeah, hit that like button, guys. I think the Black Wall Street shut out because BlackRock because BlackRock stopped on the okay. So that has something to do with BlackRock stepped on the scene, getting Fidelity. Okay, so they didn't want to compete. Black Wall Street didn't want to compete with them. Okay, that makes sense. I mean, if everybody's moving their money off and they're losing volume, then it makes sense for them to shut down. Especially if they were making their money off of volume. Good morning, Ken. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. I'm listening in the background. All right, Ken. I'm glad to know you're here, man. Good morning or good early afternoon to you. I hope you're doing well, brother. Let's see. So, and then the other reason why this market's pumping, and we can talk about this new money that's coming in as this market cap goes. You look at these the Bitcoin holding in one Coinbase custodial wallet jumped by 2.5K after BlackRock ETF, right? So we're not talking about 2.5K dollars, right? This 2.5K Bitcoin that was added to this one custodial wallet, right? So this one custodial wallet came in, after BlackRock announced its ETF and bought 2.5K Bitcoin, right? That's a huge purchase, right? And keep in mind that Coinbase is backing BlackRock's ETF, right? So, and it's Coinbase Global, right? It's not Coinbase US, it's Coinbase Global that's backing this ETF. So, but yeah, in one wallet, 2.5K Bitcoin were bought and added to the wallet. So, this is all new money, guys. Joy, how are you? Good morning. Good morning. Hope you're doing well. So here, here it is. When we start talking about new money and you start talking about 2.5K Bitcoin, that's a huge buy, right? And I encourage everybody to do. We talked about this the other day. BlackRock started a gold ETF years ago, right? And gold was way down. Gold was way down in price. And when BlackRock started their ETF for gold, they went in and they bought a bunch of gold for this ETF. And it literally is the reason why gold is holding its price where it is right now. They brought that price up, I want to say 30 to 40%. And then they turned around and they held that price, right? So there's no doubt that BlackRock runs this market and that they could do the same for Bitcoin. And we talked a little bit about this last night, and I'm a firm believer in this. Some people will believe in this, some people won't. There's a lot of people that are a lot of banks that are looking to start Bitcoin ETFs. Not all of these ETFs will be approved by the SEC. They're not going to let $6 trillion of Bitcoin ETFs be approved to be sold on the open market, right? It's just not going to happen. But I'm a believer that you're looking at the Bitcoin ETFs now, but probably at some point sooner rather than later, you're going to see some of these companies start to move towards Ethereum ETFs if these Bitcoin ETFs are successful, right? So you're going to start to see Ethereum ETFs come out. And remember, Ethereum was deemed a non-security. So now these banks are they'll start to see Ethereum as a safe bet, right? So don't be surprised if you start to see your BlackRocks, your Fidelities, your JP Morgans, and all the rest of this, like Citadel and all them guys move towards an Ethereum ETF as well if these Bitcoin ETFs go off and are successful. Good morning, BTC looking. Good morning, Triple D. How are you? I hope you're having a great morning. Looking for Looking for another run. A run today. Let's go. Yeah, 2D, we're just talking about it. I think we're in consolidation phase right now with a lot of these cryptos. They ran for a little bit. I think right now we have to kind of sit back and let them consolidate. And that consolidation period could take an hour, or it could take a day, or it could take a couple days, right? But this is why you see the market all in red. It's because when you look at it over here on the day, right, this thing was pumping, right? And obviously you're going to have a little bit of consolidation after these big, huge pumps. But after consolidation, you either consolidate and go sideways. There's one or three things that can happen. You're either going to consolidate and go sideways, consolidate and go down, or consolidate and make a big run up. I think the market is going to consolidate and make another push to the upside. Thank you, Big Watch Dude. Yeah. Joy. Triple D. Everybody saying hi to Triple D. Fidelity already has an ETH ETF. Yeah, Timsky. Yeah, that you're right. They do. My bad. I forgot about that. But Fidelity's also looking at buying Grayscale as well. So, that's going to be a big, huge purchase for them. But I think you're going to see more and more people jump into these ETFs, right? I think you'll see BlackRock jump in. Why wouldn't they? Why wouldn't some of these bigger financial institutions jump in if these Bitcoin ETFs go off and they're successful, which I think they will. I think they'll be highly successful. Why wouldn't they jump into the Ethereum side, right? So if BlackRock, Charles Schwab, and a bunch of these other people come together and they start to throw out as many ETH ETFs as they threw out Bitcoin ETFs, you're going to see, you may see ETH go on the same massive run. Man, some unusual suspects this morning, laughing out loud. Yeah, man, I love the DG crews in the house, man. This market has got new money coming in. Yeah, someone, and that's what I would love to talk about, and that's why I started out talking about that this morning. With this market cap, you're sitting at like over the past couple of days, there's been just a little bit over $100 billion that has come into this market over the last couple of days. And this is what you want to see. This is what's going to make the bull run happen. Everybody wants to talk about the bull run. Well, we're a long ways away from a bull run, but this massive pump right here is all based on this new money that's coming in. And the more and more new money that's coming in, the more and more this market's going to continue to pump. And it's new money, one, from the market cap, and two, because they're not the money's not being recirculated. You see the altcoins pumping, and you see Bitcoin and Ethereum pumping, which means that people aren't pulling money out of their altcoins to put it into Bitcoin and Ethereum and the other altcoins. This is actually new money coming in. So this is what makes this pump right here so beautiful. I'm ready for it, Selma. Yeah, me too. I'm ready too. But I think I don't think we're ready for that bull run yet. But I think this new money is showing everybody what big institutional investment can do to a market, right? And we're just scratching the surface on this institutional investment. The retail investment can only take a market so far, and then you need institutional investment. And I think there's a lot of things that are going around the cryptocurrency atmosphere right now that's encouraging for institutions to come in. So some people don't like it. Like some of the older OGs of crypto don't like what's happening right now because some of it's becoming highly centralized. But at the same time, this is how you get that big institutional money in. If possible, I hope Fidelity trusts the grayscale products into ETF 1 for 1. I hope so too, Triple D. I hope if they do buy it that they go 1 for 1 on that. I hope that they don't try to jack the people that are already in it. I think that the best thing for them to do is to go 1 to 1. I keep waiting for the news to come out where Fidelity or one of these bigger, larger institutions by the DCG investments as well, because they're in trouble. And there's a lot of crypto tied up in them, and I think that they're primed for a takeover. With some stability. I'd hate to see them go bankrupt and then have to sell all that in bankruptcy. But keep in mind too, guys, that Robinhood at the end of the month is getting ready to sell off a lot of their crypto on the open market. So that may have a little bit of effect on the price. And also Celsius is getting ready to sell off some of their stuff that in bankruptcy on the open market. So that may have a little bit of effect on the price too. So, these are a couple things that we got to watch and we got to pay attention to. Hey, DG, is it me or is it me or does all this new ETF action seems slightly related to Ripple SEC? Yeah, I think it's all big watch. I think this ETF action and the Ripple case and the Binance case and the Coinbase case in the hearings are all tied together, right? I think that they needed to I think the SEC needed to clear the runway for these larger banking institutions to roll out, 1, their central exchange, 2, roll out more confidence in the market, and 3, put the players in place that they wanted to play the game with. It's kind of like trading, right? Sometimes you have to trade some players in order to make your team a little bit stronger the way that you want it to be. And I think the first person that the government traded off was Sam, and then now it's CZ, and I think Coinbase will skate by. I think they thought that they were going to get rid of XRP, but XRP stood in the fight and spent some money and made them look pretty stupid, right? And I think that was the plan. Now they're gonna have to learn how to play nice with Ripple. We'll see where that goes. Tell them how they can win 250, Daniel. Yeah. So once we get to 1,000 subs, we'll be doing a monetization party. Once we get to 1,000 subs, we'll be doing a monetization party. We're going to be giving away a couple prizes. We're going to be giving away 3 $250 donations to 3 lucky people, which will total about $750. Once we get there, once we finally get enough people to get monetized, we'll go ahead and do that donation, and we'll do it on a StreamYard picker, so it'll be completely random, but you have to be sub to the channel in order to participate. So if you want to be entered into that drawing, you got to sub to the channel. And you got to get other people to sub to the channel so that we can get that drawing done quick. We're so close. We're between 76 and 77 subs away, depending on who's playing with my sub count that day. Daniel, as we know, it has upgraded to the Merrill Lynch and Fidelity of the world. Yeah, crypto has upgraded to the big banks of the world. Everything's up, and this is kind of where the SEC wanted this thing anyways, right? The SEC wanted the big banks. We talked a lot about this here. I seen this one coming a long time ago, so we talked about it. The SEC wanted all of the rest of the centralized exchanges out of the way to clear the way for like your Merrill Lynch's, your Fidelities, your BlackRocks, your JP Morgans, all these guys, Charles Schwab, all these guys. They want this. This was all part of the plan. There was a plan in place. I believe there was a plan in place by the SEC and by Congress as well, to clear the runway for these guys. Sam and FTX was number one, Binance was number two, and they cleared out the runway. And if you believe the reports that are coming in, kind of behind the scenes, Sam Bankman-Fried is behind a lot of what they're finding at Binance and a lot of these other places, because him and a couple other people are really starting to help with these investigations and really start to show where a lot of this money went. And if you remember correctly, Sam and CZ didn't particularly care for each other, so this is it kind of makes sense. But I think that this was all part of the plan, right? You get two people that don't care for each other, you take down the weakest one, and then you just sit back and you wait for him to start talking, right? Him or her to start talking. So it was all part of the plan, in my opinion. What are your thoughts on that new exchange, EDX? I put a video out about that, Big Watch. I think it's actually going to be the biggest exchange in the world. And the reason why I think it's going to be one of the biggest exchanges in the world is because when you look at how the SEC has this thing set up, right, is you have to onboard and offboard your money somewhere, right? So with the collaboration of all of these big banks coming together to make one centralized exchange, well, in order for you to onboard and offboard your money, you have to go through a centralized exchange. It's the only way to get your money on and off of the DeFi space, right? There's no other way for you to onboard and offboard your money. And the SEC, I believe, is setting this thing up where they know that they can't regulate a lot of what's going on in the DeFi space, but what they can do is regulate how you offboard your money, right? So that's how they're going to tax you. So I think that this exchange fits perfectly in what the government wants to do. And I think that that's how they're going to hit you. And I think that it's going to be the biggest exchange in the world, only because of how big the banks are that are involved and how much money is going to run through them, and how it's going to be easy for people to buy crypto on there, right? If you're banking with, let's say, Fidelity, or you have a money market account in Fidelity, you just move your money over to buy crypto. You buy it. Why are you going to move it, right? Why are you going to move it? It's already sitting there, right? And it's all going to run through that EDX system. And then when you go to move that to your bank account, they're going to tax the shit out of you. Coinbase is about to get in line with the new power brokers. I think so too. Selma, I think BlackRock. You got to remember, Coinbase is really, really tied into BlackRock, right? Or I should say, BlackRock is really tied into Coinbase. There's no way in hell that BlackRock is doing all this without Coinbase being their central point of contact. They're going to get in line. They'll probably get a broker's license. They'll probably be a big exchange here in the United States and globally, but there's no way in hell that they're going to be able to compete with the new powerhouse that just came out in that centralized exchange. They're never going to be able to. They're not going to be able to compete. Most of the people that use Coinbase are also using one of them banking systems. And why would they use Coinbase when they could just? They're going to make it really easy for people who are using them banking systems that are involved in that exchange to buy and sell crypto right there. And why would they move their money to Coinbase to only have to move it back to the bank that they already could have used to cash out? Never fight big money. I'll be opening an account on that exchange. I will too. I think it's going to be the biggest in the world. I just think that EDX is and not to mention, you guys, got to remember, everybody that's involved with EDX, they didn't open that exchange and not talk to the SEC. So how I envision this thing going is they came out and they said that, there was a line of cryptocurrencies that were securities, right? Everybody on the EDX exchange has a broker license, right? So don't be surprised if you come out and hear the SEC say, well, the only people in the United States who can sell these particular cryptocurrencies that are on this list or EDX and soon to be Coinbase, because they're the only ones who have broker license that can sell securities. So let's say you want to buy Matic. Well, you're going to have to go to EDX or possibly Coinbase. I don't think Gemini's out of this mix either. When you look at the Winklevoss twins and the connections they have, I think that you may see them survive this as well. But, let's just talk about EDX and Coinbase. When you look at that, I think that they're going to say these are the only two places that you can buy these particular cryptocurrencies because they have a broker's license and they can sell securities. So, they're setting this thing up. The government's helping them set this up. They're not doing this by themselves. They're not investing this much money without having conversations with the government. Big wise EDX. What's that? That Ethereum money. They want that Ethereum money. They want a bunch of cryptocurrency money. Going bike riding. All right, go get that workout in, fam. I had Dr. Rob. Me too. And imagine how big it would be if they ever went public on the stock exchange. Big watch, they will go public. They'll go public because a bunch of people that are involved in there know the value of going public. And that's why I think Coinbase will always be number 2 next to EDX, because they'll go public and they have all the backing. They have all the big money already sitting. They have all the big money already sitting exactly where they need it to sit, and that's in the money market accounts that they already control. If the big banks, slash government want you to offboard with them to dig you. I'm reading your comment, Timsky. That's a new reason for spending your crypto instead of cashing out. Yeah, you see these crypto cards that allow you to spend your cryptocurrency just by kind of like selling it and then turning it into fiat and spending it on a credit card. that's one of these things that I think will be under scrutiny here pretty soon. I don't think it'll be under scrutiny. Here's what I think is going to happen to it. They're going to charge you a 30% capital gains tax for every time you make that conversion. For every time you make that conversion, they're going to charge you a capital gains tax of 30%, and that's going to be not good for people who are spending it. Actually, it happens already in some of these cryptocurrency credit cards. You're charged the capital gains tax 30%. Thank you, Lena. Yes, hit that like button. Is there a timeline? Is there a timeline for EDX to open? I believe it's very soon, and I think that if you go to the website, I believe they're really close. EDX is like FTX on steroids. Yeah, it is. EDX is like, except for they're already playing with the government, so they already have a leg up. And don't be surprised if you look at the European nations and you start to see the next big banks in the European nation start to do the same thing. You just had Deutsche Bank apply for a brokerage license over there in Germany, right? And Deutsche Bank's not a small bank, and they just applied for a cryptocurrency broker license. So, I mean, a custodial license, my bad, a custodial license over there in Germany. So don't be surprised if you start to see a lot of these EU banks team up, make their own cryptocurrency exchange alongside of the government, and you see the same thing unfold over there. Monitor your heart rate, breathing all. That must be for Rob. He can only bike ride right now because he decided to deadlift and go way above and beyond what he was supposed to, and kind of got torched. Let's see, what else do I got for you guys today? I want to let's see if I can do this. Okay. I want you guys to listen to a couple clips here. You guys may or may not have heard some of these clips already, but I was listening to them this morning. For those of you guys who don't know, I was on the road a little bit, but I was listening to these this morning. I found them to be quite interesting and quite relevant to the cryptocurrency conversation. And these are some testimonies that were had in front of Congress. And I think these are important for people to understand. And this is the head of the FDIC talking.
If the Fed were to offer a direct individual accounts to citizens,
can you guys hear that?
Wouldn't this be a direct threat to the financial privacy of many Americans?
Potentially, and that's why we would not. It's not something we support. We would not support, accounts at the Federal Reserve by individuals. That would not be. If we were to, and we're a long way from this, if we were to, support at some point in the future a CBDC, it would be one that were intermediated through the banking system and not directly at the Fed, for exactly the reason you point out.
If the Fed were to offer a direct individual accounts to citizens.
So did you hear what the head of the FDIC said? He said, if we were to offer a CBDC in the United States, it would not be something that was offered directly through the federal government because they wouldn't be able to, they don't want to hold your individual accounts, right? But they would offer one. They would not be opposed to having one offered through the banking system. So keep that in the back of your mind as these conversations start to roll out and you start to talk about a centralized exchange like the one that was just created where all these banks came together. And you have JP Morgan over here that just developed their own private blockchain. And they have their own JP Morgan token already. So keep these things in mind and try to put the pieces to the puzzle together. Let's see. A little off topic, but totally wild. I just just saw I just saw news I just saw a news story that a that a fraternity that a fraternity clinic is that a fraternity clinic is using really big wise just I'm sorry guys, just a tad off topic, just a tad, just a little big wise dude, just a little off topic. Good morning, Kelter. Good morning. um just a little off topic, but just a little bit. um I hear crypto regulation as early as July 2023. Selma, I think that when you look at this thing for what it is now that they have the big banks on board, you're going to get crypto regulations a lot faster because they have somebody to work with now, right? So I think it'll happen a lot faster. There's no doubt in my mind about that. I think it will happen. But also keep in mind, guys, that when you hear that little clip from the FDIC and they start talking about CBDCs, I know everybody gets crazy as soon as you say the word CBDC, right? Everybody loses their mind, right? But he just said, and this is the head, just said that, he doesn't see the federal government's monitoring CBDCs. He wants the banks to monitor CBDCs. This is why you see the banks jumping into the game, right? This could be the reason why you see the big banks really starting to roll out what they want to, what they've already been working on forever. So I think we see what is going on right now. You got to put the pieces together. They're never going to come out and tell you. So put the pieces together. Hit that like button. Gotta fly. Thanks, Triple D. Have a great day, man. Yes, hit that like button. So yeah, they're never going to tell you exactly what they're doing, but you got to start putting the pieces together to understand what's going on around you, to understand what your next move is, right? You got to know who the players in the game are, and you got to know the route, how they're playing the game in order for you to be successful, right? And part of that is, doing your research and knowing what's coming. So with that, guys, I'm gonna get out of here in a couple minutes, but markets don't look too great today in the stock market at all. Looks like the cryptocurrency market is actually consolidating today, which I absolutely love. You see Bitcoin just dropped under 30K, back down to 29. This thing will probably consolidate between 29 and the high 28s before it makes another move to the upside, right? And you look at Ethereum starting to come down. It's like 1,887 right now. It's probably going to consolidate right around this $1,850 range before it makes a decision on where it wants to go, right? So this is healthy for a market. This is what you want to see. You want to see these big runs up. You want to see some consolidation, and then you want to see another run up to the upside, right? So you even come down here and look at XRP, drop below 50 cents. It's sitting at 49 cents right now. And we know that this thing is going to consolidate between 50 cents and probably 48 cents for, somewhere in here, right? We know that that's usually the consolidation period. So make sure that, you understand that, but watch your wallets. Like if these things really start to dip, make sure you're taking your profits off of these, right? Don't ride these all the way up and then ride these all the way to the bottom. Like if these things really start to dip, there's nothing wrong with selling off a short-term bag and coming in and buying this thing back up at a cheaper price, right? So, you got to play this game the right way. You got to play it for what it is. So, that's kind of how I'm playing it. I have some short-term bags that I'm playing with that way. And if this thing continues to dip down a little bit further past what I consider the consolidation phase, I'll go ahead and sell off and buy back in, right? Buy back in later. That doesn't mean I'm totally out of the game. It just means I'm going to accumulate more at a cheaper price. So with that, guys, I'm probably gonna get out of here for the day. Shorter stream today. Not a lot of big news happening around the industry right now. But the big news is, these ETFs, they just keep flying. They just keep flying out here. Everybody's applying for one. Everybody wants one. Everybody's not going to get one, but you don't be surprised if you start to hear Ethereum ETF start to come out, and Ethereum ETFs start to be one of the main topics next. I can see that happening. It makes sense. The SEC has already come out and said that Ethereum is not a security. So I think you gotta make some decisions based off of that, right? So I hold some long-term Ethereum, just waiting for that day where Ethereum's in the same situation as Bitcoin's in right now. But don't be scared of this market right here. Don't be scared of this. This is just consolidation. SHIB went on a massive run last night. You have to expect it to consolidate. You can't just expect this thing to keep running up. So, this is kind of where we're at right now. But this is a good phase because we had a massive run up. These ETFs are coming. Big money's coming in. Big new money's coming in. $100 billion over the last couple of days flowing into this market is huge money. We haven't seen them type of gains probably in months. So, that's huge for the industry in general. I expect to see more big money coming in. I expect to see a lot more of these big institutional money start to come in. And I expect to see this market cap grow probably all over the summer. But there's just two things that we need to watch. One is Robinhood selling off their cryptocurrency, which is coming at the end of the month. And two is Celsius selling off their cryptocurrency that's in bankruptcy right now, as they start to sell it off, this month and early next month as well. So gotta watch them two things right there. They could dip some of these altcoins a little bit, but I do think institutional money will offset that pretty quick. So that are just my thoughts on where the market is today and what's going on. So that's what I got for you guys this morning. If anything happens later on today in the market, in news, anything newsworthy, I may stream this afternoon. If anything happens, I do have some openings in my schedule a little bit. And if anything happens, I may jump back on a live a little bit in the afternoon. So if anything happens, $2 trillion market cap, the way, yeah, I think so too. Some 2 trillion, I think, is on the way. XXI, what is up, brother? I didn't even see you in the background. I didn't even see you back there, man. I was wondering where you were at this morning, jumping in saying hi, man. XXI, I hope you're good, man. I hope everything is good. I hope you're good. And let me give you guys another little. I'll leave you guys with this, right? As we walk out of here, the market is up, tremendously, right? And I think if you're in some projects, right, and they're not pumping right now, and there's some lower market cap projects, so they're probably not going to pump, right? And they're in a bull market. If they're not pumping now, they're probably not going to pump. I don't want to say pump, but if they don't have any upside to them right now, and they're losing steam, they're probably going to lose steam in the bull market. So just keep that in mind, right? And I don't mean they need to be up 20, 30, 40%, but if they don't have any green candles on them, they're probably not going to get any green candles on them during the bull run. Start to evaluate your projects during these mini pumps on whether or not they can pump during the bull run, right? I mean, you're talking Ethereum being up 15% in 7 days, right? So if you're looking at a token that you're holding on to and it's attached to Ethereum and it doesn't have any gain to it, or it's just trading sideways, then you got to reevaluate that, because even with an Ethereum pump of 15% and your tokens attached to Ethereum, then you should see somewhat of a slight gain to that just because of the pairing, right? And the same with BNB. BNB's up, like 6% right now. It got up to about as high as 10%. So, if your token's attached to BNB and you don't see a slight increase just based on the BNB, probably not going to pump during the bull either. Chill, man. Just supporting. All right, man. XXI, I love the support, man. Love it, man. I always love to hear from you too. I was surprised you didn't come up last night. I thought I'd hear from you last night, but you might have been working. Hey, DG, do you remember what the market cap was when BTC was 69K? No, but we can look that up. We can look that up tomorrow, Big Watch. We definitely can. I can go back on CoinMarketCap and look it up. So yeah, we'll do that tomorrow. Some of them billions on the way. I think so too. I think we're gonna hit a $2 trillion market cap pretty soon, man. I really do. Something just I don't know about 3 trillion right away, but I definitely see 2 trillion market cap incoming soon. I think that 2 trillion is well within reach. I was working. Cool, man. I'm glad you were listening though. Man, it's crazy. Like, you're so used to, it's somebody like me so used to doing spaces and stuff that, like, I just expect certain things and then people get busy and I was like, oh man, what happened, man? But I'm glad you were listening. I was listening while I was working. Okay. Well, we're gonna go on tonight too. We'll be on tonight. We'll be on Waddy's channel tonight, Waddy's Twitter space tonight. Thursday night, we're gonna talk about anything and everything crypto. We're gonna start throwing stuff out there tonight. I don't know what Waddy's got on the agenda, but it should be something good, like always. And we'll be on there tonight talking crypto with Crypto Lounge, myself, Waddy, XXI probably be on there. Everybody just come in, drop by, stop by, have that conversation. Don't be scared to grab that mic. Don't be scared to come on up and give your opinions. We welcome them all. We had a great Twitter space yesterday as well with Dr. Rob, talking MMAI and Meta Week. We'll get into some of that as we go along, and as we go along throughout the week. Maybe tomorrow we'll get into a little bit more of that, and what the expectations are, and kind of the pivot and what all that means. So waiting on that Pure Wallet. Yeah, Big Watch, you and everybody else. I know Meta Week's going to be a big week, and I think we're going to see a lot during Meta Week, and I think that's the time. That's the time that we're going to see a lot of improvements come out. I think a lot of the improvements are done. They're just waiting on Meta Week to drop a lot of what's going on. But I understand that people get impatient, and I understand why they get impatient. This crypto world has not really done well by people with promises and expectations and things like that. They've been, you know, a lot of people have been screwed over, right, in this crypto world. So I get it, I understand it, you know, I would like to see him drop something, you know, during Meta Week. We got to drop something, got to drop a utility. But I think it'll happen during Meta Week. I think there's a lot more that's ready that that you know that they're just waiting on, I guess, waiting for Meta Week. So we'll get into a little bit more of that tomorrow. I think, and what this pivot actually looks like, and what's going on with the pivot and what it actually looks like. But with that, guys, I'm out for the day. Be safe. Take your profits. The market is coming down right now. It's coming down pretty quicker than what I expected it to come down as we were talking. So make sure you're taking your profits, especially off of these blue chips, and don't get caught riding it all the way up and then riding it all the way back down. Take some profits and then reinvest in the same tokens if you need to. But make sure you take some profits. Make sure you're watching your money. Make sure you know what your exit point is and then what your re-entry point is. So with that, guys, I'm out for the day. Maybe if something comes up today in the market or in the news, like I said, I have some free time. I may do a pop-up live stream today if something comes up in the afternoon sometime. So get your notifications on, sub to the channel, keep your notifications on. If something pops up, I'll pop on. With that, everybody have a great day. If I don't see you this afternoon, I'll see you tonight. Have a good one. I'm out. Bye.